have you ever wished you could stroll into a cafe, order your go-to drink, and just, chat with someone in English? Effortlessly.
Yeah.
Well, today we're taking a deep dive into a level 1 English lesson plan that does exactly that.
It breaks down those everyday conversations.
Makes them way less scary.
Yeah.
So what's really cool about this lesson plan is that it doesn't just throw a bunch of phrases at you. It actually gets into the why.
It really unpacks why certain things just work in a conversation.
Right. It starts with introductions, which, okay, it seems basic.
Yeah.
But it's really the foundation for everything, right?
It is. It's so true. And this lesson plan, it actually gets into the psychology of it a little bit. You know how sometimes just hearing your name from another person makes you feel seen?
Yeah.
That's kind of what's happening here. The lesson highlights how even a simple "what's your name" goes beyond just getting information.
What's
it's
that?
A way of saying, hey, I'm interested in you, as a person.
You matter to me.
Okay.
I want to know who you are. Yes, exactly.
And to show how this actually works in a real conversation, they've got this sample introduction. Let's hear it.
Okay. Audio playback.
Hi, my name is Sarah. What's your name?
Hi, Sarah. I'm John. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, John. End of audio playback.
Okay. We're pretty straightforward, right? But think about how that exchange made you feel. What stood out to you about how Sarah and John introduced themselves?
I think what makes this one work is that mirroring. Sarah, she offers her name. John, he responds with his name right away.
Uh-huh.
They both use that, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Yes. It creates this balance, this back and forth.
Yeah, right away you're establishing a rhythm.
Exactly.
And a rapport.
Yes. And it just feels comfortable.
If you were John, you'd probably keep talking to Sarah.
Absolutely.
So from those initial introductions, the lesson plan goes into another, I think, really essential skill, which is asking for help.
Yes.
Which, let's be real, we all need to do sometimes.
Oh, absolutely. All the time. Especially if you're in a new place or, things are just not going your way.
Totally.
And this is where clear, simple language is really key.
Yeah.
It's not about showing off your biggest vocabulary words. It's about getting your meaning across.
Absolutely.
Quickly and effectively.
Yes.
If you're totally lost and just need to find the nearest coffee shop,
Yes.
being understood is the most important thing.
Absolutely.
And the lesson uses the example of asking for directions to the library. Let's hear how that goes.
Okay. Audio playback.
Excuse me, can you help me? I'm looking for the library.
Sure. It's down this street, then turn left. You'll see it on your right.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. End of audio playback.
Okay, so they found the library.
They did.
But what makes those directions easy to understand, even for someone who's just starting to learn English?
Right.
I noticed how each instruction builds on the one before it.
Ah.
So it creates a very clear path to follow.
It's true. It breaks it down into those manageable chunks,
Yeah.
Down this street, boom. Clear visual.
Visualize it.
Then turn left. Okay, got it. Another easy instruction.
Left turn, yep.
And then the use of landmarks.
Yeah.
That, you'll see it on your right. Oh, that's key for those visual learners.
So good. It's like having those little arrows, on a map app.
Yes.
Pop up in your brain as you're listening.
Love that.
All right, so we've covered introductions and asking for help. Ready to tackle a situation that can make even experienced language learners a little nervous.
Oh, okay.
Ordering food.
Yeah, ordering food in another language.
I know it.
Especially when you're hungry.
Yes.
And everyone's looking at you.
The pressure.
It can be a lot.
So much pressure. It's I just want a cheeseburger. Why does this feel like I'm launching a rocket? But this lesson, it really breaks it down in a way that makes it feel doable.
Yeah, and they use this cheeseburger dialogue as kind of like a template. So it shows you the basic structure of, okay, what does it sound like when I order food?
Okay.
And what are the key phrases I need?
Like a little script to get you going.
Yeah, but in a good way.
Exactly. It gives you that confidence to just walk up to the counter and just do it, without overthinking it.
Yes.
Speaking of which, let's hear how this cheeseburger order actually goes down.
Okay. Audio playback.
Hello, what would you like to order?
I'd like a cheeseburger and a soda, please.
Would you like fries with that?
Yes, please.
Great. Your total is $8.
Thank you. End of audio playback.
I love it. It's like the ordering equivalent of Twinkle Twinkle Little Star.
It is.
But beyond just the simplicity of it,
Yeah.
I noticed how the waiter uses those little questions, almost like these gentle nudges, to guide the customer through the process.
Right.
What did you pick up on?
Well, it's like you said, there's more going on than you might think, right? So on a practical level, those questions from the waiter, those are making sure the customer is getting exactly what they want.
Yeah.
Like confirming the order.
Yeah.
But then there's this other layer, right?
Oh.
Because those questions also make the customer feel more comfortable.
Totally. It's like you're not just being processed through a machine. Someone's actually listening.
Yes, exactly. Someone's listening and they want to get it right.
Yeah. Like they're saying, I'm here to help you navigate this menu.
Exactly.
And that can make such a difference when you're still, finding your footing with a new language.
Totally.
Okay, so we've covered some pretty essential conversational territory here. Introductions, asking for help, ordering food. Are you ready to tackle what might be the most dreaded one of all?
Ooh.
Small talk.
Oh, the small talk. Okay, bring it on. I know it can feel intimidating.
It can.
But it's really just about finding those little points of connection, those shared experiences that you can bond over.
Right. It's like, how do you build rapport with someone?
Exactly.
And this lesson focuses on that classic small talk starter.
Okay.
The weather.
Yes.
Now, I know, you might be thinking, really, the weather?
Yeah.
How original. But just hear me out.
Okay.
Because the weather, it's brilliant for small talk. Because it's universal.
It is. It's something everyone can relate to.
It's a shared experience, right?
Yeah.
Especially in places with, shall we say, dynamic weather patterns?
Yeah.
Like here.
Right here.
It's like the ultimate conversation starter, whether you're in sunny Southern California
Right.
or braving a blizzard in Boston.
Right.
And it's safe.
Right. It is.
It's a safe topic.
Not too personal, not too controversial. You're not going to offend anyone by talking about the weather. Usually.
Exactly.
Usually. It's about finding that common ground. We're in this together.
Yes, exactly.
And the lesson actually illustrates this so perfectly with their example conversation. Let's listen in on that weather chat.
Okay. Audio playback.
It's really cold today, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I hope it gets warmer soon.
Me too. I can't wait for spring.
Yeah.
End of audio playback.
Okay, so pretty typical weather banter, right?
But what can we actually learn from this? I mean, it's not like they're discussing complex meteorological phenomena here, right?
No.
It's about that common ground.
Exactly. It's the subtle things, like the use of questions to invite the other person in. Isn't it?
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yes.
Draw them in.
Yes. And then sharing that sentiment I hope it gets warmer soon.
Yes.
And then that last line that I can't wait for spring. It's almost like they're bonding over that shared anticipation of warmer days.
They're already looking forward to spring together.
Yes.
So it's not really even about the weather itself, is it?
No, it's not.
It's like using the weather as this springboard to connect.
I love that. The springboard, yes.
To connect with another human.
Yes.
It's like saying, hey, we both experience this thing called weather. Maybe we have other things in common too. Which brings us to the final part of this lesson. Putting it all together. And this is where I think the lesson plan really shines. It doesn't just leave you hanging with all these phrases.
Right.
It actually pulls everything together
Yes.
with this final conversation.
I love that.
That has a little bit of everything we've talked about.
Yeah.
Introductions, asking for help, ordering food,
Yeah.
even a little weather chat.
It's all in there.
It's like they took all those conversational building blocks and they built you a whole little dialogue.
Exactly. Yeah. To show you how it all works.
Right. So you can see, okay, this is how these elements work together in a real conversation, that actually flows.
Right.
And I think that's key.
It is.
Because it's not about memorizing a script, right?
No.
It's about internalizing these patterns.
Yeah.
These rhythms of conversation. So you can start to improvise.
Right.
You can adapt in real life situations.
You've got the tools, right? You can build your own from there.
It's like that aha moment
Yes.
when you're like, oh, I can actually do this.
I can have a conversation.
I can have a conversation
Yeah.
in another language.
Yeah.
And that feeling, I think that's what keeps you coming back for more.
Totally. It's about building momentum and realizing that, every interaction,
Yeah.
no matter how small, it's a chance to learn and grow.
It's like you're always leveling up.
Exactly.
It's about turning those I can't moments into those I did it moments.
Yes. Love that.
And that actually brings me to something I thought was really insightful about this lesson plan.
Yeah.
It's not about, being perfect.
Right.
It's not about having flawless grammar or sounding exactly like a native speaker overnight.
It's not about that pressure.
No, it's about building your confidence.
Yes.
One conversation at a
I
time.
love that. It's so true. It's about embracing those little victories.
Yeah.
You ordered your coffee and you got what you wanted.
Exactly.
Or
You asked for directions
Yeah.
and you didn't panic.
You did it.
Huge win.
Cool.
Or even just, having a nice little chat about the weather with someone.
Yes.
Those little wins, they add up
They do.
to something much bigger.
Absolutely.
They chip away at that language learning anxiety.
Yeah, which we all have, right?
Yes, and they replace it with that sense of, hey, I can do this.
Yes. It's possible.
And that's what unlocks a whole world of possibilities.
It does. It allows you to connect with people on a deeper level, to really experience new cultures.
Yeah.
To just navigate everyday life with more confidence and ease.
And even just like that feeling of being able to express yourself authentically.
Yes.
Even if it's not perfect.
Exactly.
That's the magic. That's the magic of language
That's very
learning.
magical.
So the next time you're feeling maybe a little intimidated by the thought of speaking English, remember this lesson plan.
Yes.
Remember those simple conversations.
Yeah.
They're like these little building blocks of connection.
They are.
And, who knows? Maybe your next cheeseburger order will be the start of something amazing.
It just might be.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into everyday English.
Yes. Thank you.
Until next time, happy chatting.
Happy chat.